Welcome back, folks, to the Global Speedrun Association Saturday Mario 64 Bonanza. Here we've got a heck of a match for you. It is Biinny, #1 fan Paracusia. I am Shantastic93, joined here by
Hey
Hakase. How's it
guys,
going?
I'm Hoxay. Nice to meet
Hakase.
everybody. It's all good. So this is going to be a real interesting race. Right now, as the standings are for 16 star, we've got Biinny who's in second place with 21 points, and Paracusia who's in a three-way tie for 8th place with 10 points.
Yes, indeed. We do have a bonus point. It's basically a point for each game plus a bonus point for winning the series. So definitely a lot up for grabs. We're going to be playing out all three races, as is the format for these best of threes.
Right.
And it looks like, it looks like we're almost ready to begin the countdown.
So what are your predictions for this match?
I'd say it's. I think that personally, I would say probably Paracusia has the edge, just because Biinny's been focusing a lot on 70 star. Though I'd say it's anyone's race at this point. These two do have very, very similar skill levels here in the middle shorter categories, as far as I've seen. So certainly going to be a test of, I guess, who comes out with the best performance today. Which is just commentator talk for I have no idea.
Yep, sounds about right. I think I agree with you. I think Paracusia has the edge. He seems to be running more categories like at the moment. Biinny mainly focuses on 70, so I'd give the edge to Paracusia. Biinny's also known
Yeah,
to
certainly
like
so.
change up strats for races, so it'll be interesting to see what he goes for and what he doesn't in the 16-star race.
Yeah, definitely. But either way, we will be seeing a lot of brews and a lot of misspellings here in the chat. And a lot of simplies, it seems. Simp gang coming out in droves. Brew crew a little bit in competition, but definitely some exciting competition happening in chat to mirror what's going on screen.
Where's the Cyclops Society at?
It looks like even Para's gang is now the brew crew as well.
Oh, I see. There we go. We got at least one from Paracusia himself.
All right, there's a little Cyclops and Paracusia.
All right, so right off the bat, we see that they have a version difference. You want to walk through what the differences are?
Oh yeah, so basically, Biinny is running on US, which is understandable as he has been grinding 70. US version is a little faster for 70 star and 0 and 1 star, if either 0 star or both 0 and 1 star. And basically, it's a little bit slower for 16 star because you have the opening text with Peach. That's balanced out a little bit by the faster text boxes, but overall, in the shorter categories, you tend to lose a lot of time with the opening text. So that's kind of the deal in 16 star. So Paracusia are going to have a little bit of an advantage, but throws it away, missing
Right.
Locky to skip.
Wow. That's
Oh,
an
goodness.
uncommon mistake from players of this caliber. And we see Biinny nailed it and going straight for the BLJ.
Indeed, Nintendo's poster cameraman, a little thirsty for attention, decides to pop in, give us a little bit of a tutorial. Biinny, meanwhile, with an extreme, what a clean LBLJ coming out from Biinny. A 125 entry on US version is clean, clean, clean.
Yep, and Paracusia not having the cleanest start.
Does clip through the door this time. Looks like a fairly clean second attempt. Yep, gets in there. Not too far behind Biinny, only on the Ferris wheels.
Right. Looks like they're both on pace for good cycle, though.
Yes, indeed. Para actually looks like he's doing a Tsukushima movement.
Probably trying to just save as much time as he can after that beginning.
Certainly. Para definitely known for grinding out that absolute top tier movement on every single star.
Oh no.
Does benefit him in races.
Getting hit
Takes
by
a little
that
bit of a
amp though.
shock, but because of that movement, going to be able to go for a very clean shig, it seems like.
Right.
Looks like Biinny's doing the same.
Yep, both clean Dark World. Made it through without a death.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all you can ask for in a race.
Indeed. I believe at this point, Biinny should have actually the version edge in a sense because he does have shorter text boxes going for the rest of the run. But Para gets the Bowser dance. Gonna save a little bit of time.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Womp's Fortress coming up. Want to run us through that with the LBLG array?
Sure. So we're gonna see them do tricks that you see in most other categories, like Owless and Canonless. It'll be interesting, especially for Canonless, to see what sort of setup they go for. Biinny may opt for the full setup, seeing that it's in a race format, or he might still do texture setup. I have a feeling that
He has been-
Paracusia will probably go for texture.
I imagine so. Biinny has been grinding that texture setup, and Sock Folder can be a little bit tougher if you haven't been doing it consistently. Looks like Biinny doing Owless, so
And he nails it.
yeah.
First try.
Absolute domination, Biinny, with the online tutorial chops.
I've got a
Anyone
question in
struggling with
chat
Owless?
asking what BES is. That is Paracusia's sponsor, and it's Blue Esports. Ooh, Paracusia missing this. Did he do texture? I wasn't fully paying attention.
Yes, I believe he did do texture. I did see a little camera zoom out on the way out. And Biinny actually doing the full setup as you predicted.
And he got it. So saving time
Biinny
over
picks it
Para
up.
seems like at every chance he gets.
Yeah, it's very clean play from Biinny coming down. On pace for actually a pretty much a speed run pace. Womp's Fortress. Basically,
Right.
what I mean there is, it hasn't made any mistakes on which like any runner would reset at this point. Yeah, 437 star grab on US. Nothing, nothing to scoff at.
All right, now he's gonna head over to CCM. Para's got one more star to do here. Oh wait, sorry, he's going straight to basement. I have the routes mixed up.
Yeah, the no LBLJ route, the bread and butter of plebs like myself. But Biinny, you're going to be running into that pillarless, the boppiest of bops in the
Right.
16-star run.
And he does quite an odd pillarless when you compare it to other top players. That throw is crazy looking.
Yeah, I actually, it's an older setup, a little bit slower. I jokingly refer to it as my grandmother's pillarless, but it's so clean. And he like Biinny is one of the most in the past few months one of the most consistent pillarless players that I've seen. So very much good on him for kind of going his own route, but always nailing it.
Paracusia
Going for
opting
Tama.
for Tama plus, and oh my
Fast
gosh,
as-
he's on the wrong slope, but he still gets in just
What a
fine.
beautiful backup. Yeah, sliding up the right side of the pyramid, a little more likely when you try to do Tama because the bomb just goes super fast. So good on Para for being able to back that up real quick.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful talent star from Biinny. No mistakes in that.
Indeed.
They've got about a 1-star gap. Oh, Para going for like the super quick version of Talon. That run up the slope there is real scary.
No joke, with such a little difference between them in a stairs BLJ run, I would definitely say that these little strats that Para is pulling off are could very possibly make the difference when it comes to the later stages of the run, where tiny errors can cost you a whole ton of time. Yeah, Para doing well to do all these super advanced strats, certainly known for doing them, and as long as he keeps nailing them, has a great chance of catching up to Biinny in this run.
Alright, so as we're heading into LLL, the only real scary strat here is a side hop. We'll see how both players attempt it.
True, true. Neither of these players particularly known for missing that lava boost. They might go for elevator boost just to be safe as it is a race, but they do have the option there. So side hop here, pretty much the only scary star.
Oh, and
Oh,
Para taking a fall into the lava.
missing that jump frame. Gets
But
it
he
the
nails
second
it
time.
second try.
Biinny
Biinny
activating
with a
anti-bully.
clean bully star.
Yep, and it looks like everything going super clean for both players. As of this moment, commentator pleased to see that his regular curse has not affected these two.
Yep, that's always a good thing. We always want to see good play come out of the players. Okay, Paracusia getting pro boost.
Just
Very
nailing it. Biinny going for elevator boost. Can't say
Which
I
is
blame him.
smart
Does
for
have the lead.
racing. Yeah.
Yeah, he does have the lead. Wants to keep it.
Do you think either player is watching the stream as they're going?
I think possibly Para might be. I think Biinny sometimes turns off the stream, doesn't listen to the. But I'd say it's anyone's guess. Also, I guess it depends on the mentality of the day, of course.
Right. That was a very interesting bully kill from Paracusia. He went for the quick kill with the ground pound to the side, but he also ledge grabbed, so I don't think he saved any time with that strat.
Yeah, interesting. But at least didn't lose any time. Biinny going to be heading into HMC. And we're going to see him go for that triple box jump. Triple box jump can be a deceptively difficult star. It does have a few precise inputs. Actually going to go for amazing emergency exit first. That shows a lot of confidence because this star is the backup to if the camera messes up after you miss the triple box jump. It can be really difficult for you to retake that jump. So going for the amazing emergency exit star, a little bit of hubris from Biinny, but such has he earned the right.
Yeah,
Commentator
he's doing so great in
that
this
don't quite make
race so
sense.
far.
Yeah, really on top of it. Para, meanwhile, nailing that box triple jump.
Doing a more conventional star order for HMC.
Certainly.
Oh, not
Biinny?
great RNG on the boulders for Biinny.
A little bit of a troller there, but very interesting star order from him, doing the hardest star last, and now with nothing really to back it up with. If he really gets a terrible camera, he can try and retake the jump, or might just go for like the toxic maze star, but I don't foresee him having to. Just fun to kind of hypothesize, I guess.
Almost looks like a sync, but we are a star apart.
Yes, indeed. And Biinny nailing the box triple jump. No cause for concern.
Very solid run so far from Biinny. I can't think of any mistakes that he's made so far. Yeah,
Biinny actually is on. I would say Biinny's probably on 15 pace right now. It's sometimes hard to tell, especially because later stages can make all the difference. But obviously, BLJ's still yet to happen. And Para on a pretty decent pace of his own, certainly heading for that 16.
Right. So got through the first door pretty quickly. Let's see if he goes for the glitchy wall kick, and he gets it.
Yeah, it looks like Bowser, the other one, Mario, gets through that door with no particular issues.
Yep. Quick mip slip from Paracusia as well. Don't really expect them to mess this part up, so.
Yeah, those certainly those mip slips can be quite embarrassing, quite humiliating, but this one seemed to go pretty smoothly for Para.
Pretty standard swimming from the players. D2D kind of a slept on stage.
Indeed, Para going to be going for front sub as he is wont to do. Para loves to go for the most advanced strats, and he does practice the heck out of them. very, very masterful in
Right.
pretty much every category he runs. So props to Para.
He's definitely one of the like meta pushers.
Just
for this.
absolute clean, seamless, zero hesitation on that right side front sub. I mean, both
Haven't been
players
paying
doing
too much attention to Biinny's Fire C. I think he's still gonna make the cycle.
Oh yeah,
Looks
he's
like.
on perfect pace right now.
Oh, never mind.
No, no, wait, he missed. Oh, I guess he missed pole clip.
Let's see if Para gets it. Yes, pole glitch.
That's so weird. I could have sworn I saw him get pole clip. Commentator needing to go to Pearl Vision, possibly see an optometrist.
Okay, double boost into the whatever that loading zone is.
But
Good lag
overall,
reduction from both players.
Yeah,
Para jumping
actually,
out of the lava pretty early.
yeah, very interesting early jump there. Double booty burn onto the ramp. Won't lose too much time. Just has to do a little bit of running.
Okay, and here comes the crux of a 16 star. The BLJs and upstairs.
Indeed, the Biinny long jumps coming in. And yeah, this is definitely the most inconsistent trick of the run. A lot of runners would hesitate to call it difficult, but more it's just so frame precise, and kind of the step you land on determines the frame in which you need to hit the BLJ. So it's a little bit random, not quite RNG, but there's a lot of precision and a lot of prediction there. So you got to manage all that, and it can be difficult to get a first try BLJ sometimes. We're gonna see how Biinny does. Oh. Clean first try, third jump, no problem. Even gets
the speed. Yep.
Yeah, it gets the BLJ moonwalk into the stairs.
And now Para's turn. Definitely the first BLJ being much harder than the second. Para with a clean one too. Still getting a first try. A little bit of a hiccup on the stairs though.
Yeah, Biinny meanwhile on the endless staircase manages to get it, but like very, very like saunters up the stairs with that BLJ. Quite as sloppy as clean can get, but still clean.
About 16 seconds apart, entering the pipe into bits. So that's like a throw and a half or so apart. Still anybody's game, and they're probably both going to go for the triple jump wall kick. So this is
Biinny very far to the right. Yeah.
Trying to back it up with the punch setup, and he gets a second try. So Para can definitely save some time if he nails it.
Yep, Para saves a little time. And now Para is less than a Bowser throw behind, I believe.
Oh, that Goomba came dangerously close to him.
Yeah, that Goomba trying to get some revenge for his friends.
Oh, and Biinny misses a throw. I think this actually puts Para in the lead. Or they're going to re-grab the tail at the same time, almost. This is ridiculously close now. Alright, Para with the first throw hit. Second throw looks like a miss.
Biinny, is he going to get it?
Both players! Oh my gosh!
Oh no!
Okay, Para gets the re-grab and
throw.
Gets his second throw.
It's gonna come down to this.
On their last throw.
Para misses the third throw.
Miss from Para. Oh my gosh!
And Biinny
nails it.
Throw. He's barely going.
Oh no! He doesn't. This is ridiculous.
All right, Para cleans it up, and it looks like it's going to be game 1 to Para and a barn burner.
Wow! Amazing! What an ending to the first race.
An incredible ending. Para absolutely by the skin of his teeth picks it up.
Right.
The 3-second difference.
Definitely behind going into bits, but made up all that time because of those unfortunate throws from Biinny.
And yeah, I mean, just out of curiosity, do you know the exact second difference between Japanese and US? I believe it's longest in 16.
I don't. I'm not familiar with the game to that level.
Yeah, I'm because all of the other like 70 and 0 and 1 have like almost negligible time differences, but I think 16 and 120 have slightly longer ones.
I think in 70 stars it's actually about 3 seconds time difference. I
Oh,
don't know
no
about other
way.
categories.
Interesting. I thought it was like 1 to 2 seconds, but certainly things that we can be looking up.
That's true.
Indeed, chat actually, yeah, commentators clearly not up to date with the script. Going on a limb, ad-libbing, freestyling a little bit. Just hoping neither of them feels a wrap coming on in the next 15 minutes.
Yep. I guess while we're waiting for the next race to start, definitely check out Pace, our live event happening for GSA. I think it's coming up pretty soon.
The first ever competitive speedrunning event dedicated entirely to racing.
It's going to be sick.
April 25th to 28th. Anyone who lives in the DC area, definitely that is right up your alley. And anyone who doesn't, book your flights, folks. Looks like we are about to get into game 2. If the quality of play is this evenly matched, it is going to be a barn burner.
It's crazy how Para pulled that win out, because like he literally messed up like at several spots in the run and still managed to pull it back.
And here we
Honestly, if it wasn't for those
go.
throws, Biinny would have definitely taken that game. He played super consistently all throughout, didn't make any mistakes, except for the triple jump wall kick at the end.
Yeah, that was really incredible play by Biinny. I was surprised that he was on 16.0x pace, actually.
Yeah.
I believe it was a missed cycle. Honestly, I think if he had made that pole glitch in Fire Sea, he would have gotten a 15. Or he would have been on pace for 15 going to throws at least.
For sure.
Indeed.
Interesting to see
Japanese
how this
cameraman
race
getting a
2
little bit
will go.
Very, very excited indeed. Para definitely with the slightly faster strats, but Biinny in game 1 with the slightly more consistent play, but it is anybody's race at any time. Let's see if Para can nail the Lucky 2 skip this time. Looks like he's on. Oh, no, he doesn't!
He missed it again. What is going on with this? Maybe it's the hardest trick in the game. I definitely have trouble with it. But I'm not on these players' levels.
It is a feels bad, man, for Para.
Well, Para can at least redeem himself with the BLJ. Missed it first
Oh
try
no!
last time.
And he clips into. He has no way out. He has to
Oh, wow.
Wait, he does manage
A
to
lot
keep
of
his speed.
Okay, he's got to jump over the door or something. I know you can get out of this. I just don't know how.
So now
Oh, there you go.
Para gets a pretty clean BLJ after that. Biinny gonna have to reattempt. It is very good that he managed to keep his speed. He basically chain opened the text boxes to make sure he wouldn't lose the speed. Misses the BLJ again. But if he had lost his speed there, he would have no way out of that second key door and would have to reset and go through the cutscene all over again. That is certainly not a desirable outcome. So overall,
Right.
Biinny, though at this point, hopefully he can get the third try.
Crazy thing is, like, you can miss BLJ like 2 times and still save time over like the beginner 16 route. It's just a crazy time save that you kind of have to go for, especially with how skilled these players are.
Yeah, and 16 star especially saves up to a minute. Actually, can be pretty nuts.
But Biinny having a solid Dark World after getting in.
Yeah, the Para keeping his lead quite intact. Biinny here on pace for a Shigeru cycle. Ooh, Racer commenting in the chat that he loves Biinny. Possibly a little bit of bias. Certainly not something you want to see from an opponent. The script is clearly engaged.
All right, so back to Womps again. See if Para can nail the canalist setup that he went for last time.
Yeah, we're gonna see if Para. Definitely Womp's Fortress, the more advanced strats aren't too much of a bop. Pretty simple and straightforward once you've sort of been grinding them. Very unlikely to miss them, but they can kind of pile on because Para goes for all the most advanced strats. Let's see if he can get it this time. Yep, does get the first.
Cleanly. The movement up there was really good too. And Biinny joining him in Womps now.
In DDO.
It's always crazy to see the consistency of these players.
Nails
both strats.
And we're going to see Biinny go for Albus first. Misses the double jump. Oh, unfortunate. Loses a little bit of time, but every second counts. This race not killing Biinny's way to start with, but plenty of race to go. It is 16 star, and any number of things can happen.
For sure.
Meanwhile, it's Para's turn to get a pristine 438 here on Womp's Fortress.
Biinny opting for the full setup again. I think that's just going to be his race strat today.
Indeed, yeah. I guess Biinny's just been doing full setup for so long. He is super comfortable with it. Certainly don't blame him. Para going to be going probably in for that Tama once more. Tama plus. And Biinny going to be cleaning up Womp's Fortress. So far, a really clean run from Biinny and Para both. Just that initial hiccup with the first LBLJ from Biinny really messed him up. Unfortunate. It looks like a clean Tama attempt coming in from Para. Doesn't even need to readjust. Just the fastest you can possibly get it.
Yep.
Biinny, meanwhile, trying to remember which way to turn the key. Looks like he turned it the correct way because the door does open.
And Para doing the same strat again, even though he has the lead this time. I thought that would be like a one-time thing, but he's going for this Talon strat every time.
Yeah, one thing I've noticed is that when you spend long enough grinding the hardest possible strat for any particular star, oftentimes when you try and do the easier strats, it'll actually be even harder. And so oftentimes I think you'll see runners who are used to the hardest strat not want to change away from it, even if they're having trouble with it. I think the best example of this is a right side triple jump wall kick, or moving right side in Bowser in the Sky. Even if it loses you time, a lot of runners will just go back and reset it up.
That's very true. So Para definitely saving time with these strats because he's getting them all first try.
Indeed, and Biinny getting clean pillarless attempts, but all of his strats are a little bit slower than Para's, so certainly not catching up quite yet, losing a little bit of time here and there. Para missing the side hop.
Yep. Looks like he got a firstie or something. I'm not too familiar with how this trick works, but it seems like that's what happened.
And it's important to note that one little mistake loses all of the time that you save doing those advanced strats, so Biinny certainly having a little bit more of a chance to catch up.
That's very true, and we know that Para does the lava boost, whereas Biinny opts for the elevator tour. So this could be an easy way to die, I guess.
It looks like Para actually going for elevator tour, gonna be protecting that lead.
Oh, very interesting.
Meanwhile, Biinny is an extremely consistent pro lava boost player, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him try to catch up here.
That'd be interesting, switching strats in the second race.
Certainly reading from each other's roles. Certainly need some reading glasses there. Because the dialogue might be a little switched around. Biinny going for some bully hunting, as is Para. Both of them seem to be doing quite fine with it. And
Once again,
yeah,
Para with the slightly faster strat.
yeah, this time skipping the ledge grab and thus saving a little time over his opponent. And Para going to be going for the easier red coins star to finish off this level.
A little bit of a hiccup.
Biinny gets the first side hop. Oh, having a little bit of trouble.
Cannot get off that fence. Just likes it too much.
Still saves time over Para, who did miss the wall kick itself.
Right.
So we're going to see what he goes for. Is he going to try and save a little time with lava booster? Is he just going to play safe with that elevator? It only saves 1 second, but every second can count, especially with the size of the time losses that can occur later on.
For sure.
1 kick. Just going to do the elevator. Don't blame him.
Oh,
no! Takes a dive and a booty burn. Beautiful backup.
Yeah. That back hop is actually surprisingly not that hard to get back on to the elevator.
You just catch it right there. Certainly a lot of fun to see, though.
Mm-hmm. A little bit of spice with that booty burn. I totally missed what star Paracusia did first.
Para did a very, very clean triple box jump from what I saw. Cool. I didn't actually see if he... Oh, shouldered.
Yep, shouldered.
Biinny getting his own clean box jump.
Weird that he opted to go for it first this time with that star order that he did before.
Yeah, I certainly prefer this star order, obviously, for the reasons that I mentioned in the last race. But interesting choice from Biinny, varying up his stuff.
Also, they go for different strats for amazing emergency exit.
Indeed, I believe the triple jump wall kick to the left is like a tad faster, like a very, very tiny bit faster. But really negligible, less than a second.
I've actually heard the opposite. The strat that Para goes for is faster, but less consistent. People prefer the triple jump wall kick. But yeah, either way, it's only about a second difference, if done like optimally. Para
having a little bit of trouble. Manages to beat the security at PetSmart. Manages to smuggle that bunny out.
That was crazy. I never see players back up MEPs like that. Usually you have to like exit the door and come back and grab them.
Yeah, the jumping punch is looks very challenging. I haven't tried it myself, but certainly a nifty way. If you can get it the first couple tries, it does avoid losing a bunch of time re-entering, having to kick through that door.
Let's see how Biinny's MIPS clip goes.
Now, Para going to be going for the most challenging submarine once again. Right side front sub, if I'm correct. And he misses it.
Bad angle.
That's going to be rough. He's going to have to go for the left side. Is he going to nail it?
Eating a bunch of lag.
Eats a bunch of lag, but doesn't lose too much time. Gets a little bit of a bonk. But at least keeps his lead over Biinny.
Yeah. Biinny definitely going to save some time if he sticks with his consistency. Consistent strat.
Certainly. Para sitting on about a two bows of throw buffer at least.
Let's see if he gets the pole glitch again. 2 for 2 on pole glitch.
Indeed. Ooh, a bit of a ledge grab. Might have to do a triple jump instead of a long jump. Looks like that's going to be the move here.
Yep. And still gets it. Triple jump dive. Clears the height that he needs.
Yeah, but that is the...
ground pound.
Oh, gets a bit of a ground pound, but does manage to get into the long jump grind. Fortunately, that cycle is the same as the easier 70-star, or it's actually, there's also the easier early cycle for 16-star, and it's the same movement as both of those, where you do the triple jump and possibly a wall kick to make the ledge grab, but a little bit ahead of the cycle there. So Para managing that cycle really well.
Biinny getting his pole glitch this time, so
Yeah, Biinny getting his
2.
pole glitch. Might save about, looks to be saving about 3-4 seconds over Para here. Has to do the
Very
triple jump,
interesting
probably
strat.
about 2-3 seconds.
That was...
Oh, no!
But he falls down! Oh no! He won't die from this, but it's very difficult to back up now. I don't know if he's going to try and go for pole glitch again. Maybe the double jump. No?
Yeah.
Alright, he goes for the wall kick. Safe movement.
Especially when you have no idea what your cycle is looking to be, there's no point risking it. Probably best to just go for a slightly faster, safer movement. Looks like he can possibly... Nah, I think he's barely going to miss. Yeah, he's going to miss this cycle.
Paracusia getting ready to go up and do some BLJs. See how those go. We'll see if Biinny opts to do the long jump movements again. And he does.
Long jump movement. Para, ooh, gets the thick wall.
But he gets through there no matter, like...
Yeah, just still gets through. And the staircase doesn't tend to run as trouble. This looks a little... Okay, no, he's up the center. I was scared he might go into
Interesting that he did it in Mario Cam. I see most players choosing for Lack 2C down for that BLJ.
For the end of the staircase? Yeah, absolutely. Certainly an interesting cam there. Biinny finally cleaning up here in Bowser in the fire seat. Commentator repeating prepositions. Needs to work on his sentence structure.
Alright. Left side moving again.
Left. Nails it absolutely clean.
2 for 2 on the harder
fantastic
strats.
Movements. Yeah, Para's just on top of his game.
He's looking to take this game and get the additional point for winning 2 out of the 3 races.
Yeah, looks like the 15 is out of the question, but still a 16-0X, very, very clean from Para. If he can nail these throws. Oh no, misses the grab.
Biinny with a solid first BLJ.
Now if he plays safe with these throws, looks like he's going for 16-10 here. Oh no, barely misses the bounce off the ledge, gonna miss the third throw.
Biinny's struggling on these stairs a little bit.
That's managed to
He's missed it twice. First time was the weird invisible wall that you get, and you can't like keep your BLJ going.
So there's an invisible wall on the right we bonk against, but I think he was actually angled so far to the right that he was pushing up against it and it killed his speed. That was really interesting.
Right.
Para cleans up meanwhile with a 16-21. We'll get the bonus point for the series.
Very solid time for this race format.
Highly solid. True, true, true.
But don't go anywhere, guys. We'll still have the third race happen.
We do have the third race coming in. Chat referring to Para as the future of Mario might be referring to the fact that Twitch streams tend to have a bit of a delay. I'm not sure because Para is right here in front of us. So I would refer to him as the present. The present, the here and now of Super Mario 64, as we are seeing by that dominating second race.
Indeed. So we'll see if Para can take like the clean sweep and get all 3 games. 4 points. That would be a big boost for him in his standings.
Para calling out that he will have a 139 within the month. Hopefully, that will not be in 70 star. Just quickly sorting some things out, and then we will be getting straight into game 3. Alrighty. Definitely after 216 races, how intense they are. Both players taking a quick knuckle break.
Yep.
Letting Mario take a toll on them knuckles.
Chat asking to play the Australian national anthem on stream. Don't think that's gonna happen.
Is that Ose Can You See? I just figured that all of the national anthems just play the USA.
Well, that's how the US is, right? Ignorant of every other culture.
Yeah, indeed. I thought ours was the only one that existed. Much to the woe of my foreign-born parents. Commentator hinting at a bit of a backstory, adding some intrigue to his character, as was specified in the script given to the commentators before the race started. Certainly some character development going down here.
All right, and we're getting into race 3.
Indeed, Paracusia, certainly probably his tragic flaw is that he goes for the hardest strats and has worked out against his favor in race 1 and barely came back, actually. A bit of plot armor there, honestly, and managed to get a little more consistent in game 2. So it looks like game 3 is going to be his final boss, see if he can pick up that bonus point, or if Biinny can overcome the sauce. And yeah, Para picking up a quick lead here. His cameraman a lot faster. Commentator continuing to recycle the same joke in every single race with a version difference. Absolutely shameless.
Oh my god. 0 for 3 on Lactu skips for Paracusia.
Going for the fastest movement, and it blows up in his face again. Now Biinny takes a commanding 4-second lead.
Would have been, what, 8 if they were on the same version?
Indeed, Biinny's over half a Dark World cycle ahead.
Alright, both of them getting LBLJ though.
Indeed. And now Para hot on Biinny's heels. For any fans of Para and Blue Esports, don't fear not. Don't fear not.
Wow, Para saving time with that slight optimization for the second red. And it looks like he just slightly pulled ahead. We had a sync for about a second or so.
Para gonna have to actually settle for Shig.
Oh, Biinny bonks.
He had a little bit of sync there. Para was on Zaya pace, didn't quite manage to get the hit the platform on time though.
Both players almost getting trolled by that Goomba. Oh, getting some information. That apparently was Zaya's cycle.
That was actually.
I know nothing about cycles, so.
Yeah, I completely missed that. I thought that the kick was. I thought the kick actually delayed it.
I don't even know what cycle I get in runs, so.
Commentator is getting educated by the masters. And both players coming out with mid 250.
Yep.
And Para with a bare bones lead. And
Just
looks
about
like this is going to be a Yeah, it's gonna be a super close race. Commentators actually probably going to have to raise their tones, increase the tension in their voices, sound a little bit more excited. Oh my goodness. Biinny getting a slightly faster, looks like gets a slightly faster text box on that opening of the door.
Indeed.
A little bit of a slimmer lead for Para coming down now. And once again, Biinny even faster text boxes. Now only about a second behind his opponent.
Texture setup. This is a Monka S moment. And he nails it. 2 for 3 on that.
Nails
Nice
it.
dive
Biinny,
bonk to grab the star from Biinny.
very beautiful play from Biinny. A little bit of a route divergence going down. As you can see, Biinny's version has the space between high and score. Para's does not. Might take a little more time to render that space. Maybe it doesn't. Who knows? Biinny doing the regular
Para
setup.
missing an owl. Very
Para
interesting.
missing Owlus. And Biinny lands cannonless, so it looks like the lead is going to be his now.
Misses it twice. What is going on?
My
Okay,
goodness.
third try. Gets it.
Para picks it up. And Biinny going to be cleaning up a pretty solid Womp's Fortress. Lost a little bit of time on the Dark World entry, but otherwise a very clean run so far.
Definitely
Para
a
gonna be
lead over
right on
Para
his heel.
right now with those 2 missed owluses.
Yes, indeed. Para going to have to contend himself with a sub 5 Womps. And we're going to be heading into basement here in game 3. So far, extremely clean pillarlesses. Not sure if you can really put the word extremely on clean. Clean is typically somewhat of a binary function, but certainly taking some creative license here.
3 for
Biinny
3 on
once
the...
again.
Or, I don't want to speak too soon.
Currently, Biinny taking a little extra time to set up the ground pound and misses it!
And exactly why I
Manages to
didn't want to
not
speak
die.
too soon.
Manages to not die and is actually going to get a minimal time loss
Para
backup
also
onto
dying to pillarless. Oh my gosh.
Oh no. And all of that time that you spent as a kid irrationally scared of quicksand turns out to have been vindicated.
Okay, Para with a second try. Perfect one.
Yeah, just an absolutely clean second try. But Biinny with that clean Talon backup does have a bit of a lead if he manages to pick up.
And the bomb explodes again!
The bomb explodes!
Oh no.
Now, at this point, I think Biinny is still a little bit ahead. I'm not sure.
Well,
I believe he is. Just because Pillarless
he's
doesn't
done
take that
the
long, even with his
slower
strat.
star, which is Talon, but he had to back that
Yeah.
up.
Oh,
my
no,
gosh,
when he
not
misses the
getting
bomb.
pillarless. Just
And
gonna kill himself
gonna go
and
for the
try
death,
it
yeah.
again. It would waste too much time to try and go for the shell.
Yes. So at this point, Para definitely in the lead. He does leave the painting a little bit later, but the balcony star, the shortest star here in the level.
Yeah.
I believe the second or third shortest star in the game, right?
Sure. I have no idea.
Commentator putting I believe there just in case he is wrong. But Biinny picks up that pillarless, still only slightly behind Paracusia. And,
Yep.
and yeah, it looks like not until game 3 did we see it, but Spaghetti Land strikes once more, as it has in every race. Like it's been a bit of a bop. At least one game in every series, Sand Land has been.
Oh my gosh, Paracusia missing side hop again.
very
I
much
think
the
he's
ball.
like 0-3 for first tries on it.
Indeed. And he cleans up reds. Para has missed that at least twice. Chat suggesting that fear of quicksand is absolutely rational. I don't know. I did not grow up in Cairo, so I could not possibly tell you.
Ditto, we don't have quicksand down here in Texas.
Same. The Midwest does not tend to have water.
Clean lava boost from Para. Not doing the elevator this time. I don't know what is making him decide to switch between the two.
Very interesting. Yeah, I think it's because his lead is fairly slim at this point. I think when he's at a deficit or if he's trying to protect a very slim lead, he's going to go for Lava Boost just to make sure he doesn't give his opponent chances to catch up. He had a much more comfortable lead in Game 2, and so probably decided to play it a little safe. That would be my guess.
Oh, he just said...
mentioning.
Yeah, go ahead.
That his camera. Yeah, Para mentioning his camera was a little bit off, and so that's why he went for elevator boost.
All right, Biinny going in there.
And going to go for safe elevator boost again.
And he does the same mistake as last time. Falls twice! Oh no! This race is not going well for Biinny. After the spaghetti started dropping in SSL, just keeps going.
True. Losing, yeah, somewhere in the 10 to 15 second range here. Thankfully not too much since you do re-enter the volcano upon re-entry, but still nothing you want to be contending with at this stage of the race. Trying to get that point. I guess depending on how you interpret it, you could call this a bonus point, or you could call the series for 2 points, or it's all up to interpretation. Commentator getting carried away in his own mind. Gonna center back on the race.
Clean box triple jump from Para.
And Biinny going for game 1 star order. Bit of ad-libbing coming out from our left side player. Now, Paracusia, bit of a healthy lead coming out now.
For sure.
RNG a little bit better, does have to hug that wall, but nothing he's not used to.
Yeah, I think we've seen Trolders like in both games so far, but this one seems to be treating the players better.
True that. Now Para going to be going for that amazing emergency exit. Amazing!
Not too far apart, though. We saw Paracusia struggle with MIPS just a little bit last race, so might be closer than we think.
Indeed. Commentator sees talk of Doom in the chat. Takes a little time off mic to sing the Doom song. Any chatters familiar with the Doom song, feel free to sing along at home.
Okay, clean MIPS clip from Para.
Very clean, very English, very clean. Very clean, unlike the commentator's diction. But Biinny also taking a little time to set up that MIPS clip, manages to get.
Oh, does not get the glitchy wall kick. Doesn't even get through the door. And gets the text box. And a ground pound, and the text box again! Interesting strat by Biinny.
Double text box, a little bit of lag reduction actually there. Commentator just making things up. Absolute fake news coming out from Shantastic. Needs to be deplatformed. But Biinny going to be going for that back sub. Very, very clean.
Did Para get front sub again? He must have, right?
Oh yeah, Para got front sub at the end.
Very nicely done. Good pole glitch as well.
Yeah, just not dropping anything here in the late. Oh, as I say that,
yeah,
gonna have to go for the
Commentator's curse showing itself again.
Indeed. Commentator though happy to see that the curse now operating in a matter of seconds as opposed to minutes, as it has been in the past few days. So definitely taking progress as it goes. Oh no, Biinny
Oh,
blocking, missing the pole glitch again. And I believe that leaves him 0 for 3 in early Ellies. Oh no, he did make early Ellies, but he took that fall afterwards, so...
yeah,
0
that's
for
true.
3 in piracy generally. Just not what Biinny was looking for here in the series. But still only about, I would say only about 45 to 50 seconds behind. So I don't count him out quite yet. There's a lot that can go wrong between now and the end of the run.
Yep.
But
Paracusia
certainly,
heading up for those BLJs. That is.
indeed.
We'll see if it gives him trouble this time. But he's been pretty consistent with them.
Indeed. Paracusia in the commanding driver's seat has not given us a reason to doubt him yet. Let's see how this game 3 BLJ. Let's see how the end game goes. Does he have enough speed?
I think
If he can hook into this,
yeah, there
okay,
we
he
go.
does. I'm pretty sure he got enough speed by like a single A press, but I couldn't say for sure. But that felt very borderline, but that was very, very clean. Good game
That was a
knowledge.
little
from Para.
scary. He was a little bit to the left, so it's easy to wet dry world when you do that.
Indeed.
Something I am all too familiar with. Biinny look clean first BLJ.
First BLJ.
And gets the
And
long jumps up the stairs.
Indeed.
Those are always cool to see.
Para now 3 for 3 on moving left side.
Very consistent.
Biinny bringing flirting with the term endless staircase, but does manage to get the BLJ about 6 or 7 jumps in. And now Para can miss about probably 3, maybe 4 throws. So he's got a fairly decent cushion.
Yep.
This is
there's
one.
one missed throw. And a pause from him. Hate to see that from players.
That's certainly not a task buffer there. Does get the second throw, or the first throw, I guess. Oh no, that is the second throw.
Okay, 3 throws.
And
Solid.
3 throws, and Para's going to pick up a 3-0 victory.
GG to Para.
That's going to be 4 points for Blue Esports Paracusia. Biinny in the
What's up, dude?
Hey, Para, what's up?
Very bad.
You hit all the harder tricks every time. It was a pretty solid run.
Just a little trouble with the cameraman at the beginning of those runs, but certainly very solid first two games. And yeah, how are you feeling?
Props to you for going for all like the insanely hard strats. It was very entertaining to watch.
That's all like normal stuff though.
Normal stuff for you, but not for everybody else.
But indeed. So yeah, tell us about that camera on when you were going for lava boost. You mentioned something about your cam.
Oh, I used a Mario Cam setup for Lava Boost, which I didn't end up buffering in when I entered. I just like completely forgot. So I went for elevator.
Alrighty. Well, yeah, definitely good thinking on your feet there.
Oh yeah, one thing I want to say is that I missed Lactose Skip 3 times in a row, but I got Pole Glitch 3 times in a row, and I also missed I missed Side Hop 3 times in a row, and I got triple jump wall kick 3 times in a row. So there's like some conspiracy right there.
Indeed.
Sure is.
Nothing is
All
not.
of my runs are fake.
All right,
Yes.
well, we're gonna have to cut the interview short there because we have to get ready
God,
for
I
our
love
next
Speed.
match.
we do have Biinny versus Cheese Para. Do we even need to ask whom you're rooting for?
Biinny.
Alrighty. So yeah, we're gonna throw it over. We're gonna throw it over to actually Huxley. You're staying with us, and yeah, we're gonna throw it over to you and J-Mill in just a few seconds.
It was nice
All
commenting
right. Thanks
with
for
you.
watching. You too.